When I took my little brother to the park, a woman yelled, "Give me my son back! That's my baby! That's my Thomas!" she screamed, pointing at my 6-year-old brother Jack coming down the slide. I stepped between them because this woman looked unhinged, eyes wild, hands shaking, reaching past me trying to grab him. "Ma'am, you're confused. This is my brother," I said calmly, even though my heart was pounding. Jack ran to me, wrapping his arms around my leg, which should have ended it, but the woman dropped to her knees, sobbing, "I know my own child. I know those eyes, that birthmark on his neck." The birthmark comment made my stomach drop because Jack did have one, a strawberry mark below his left ear you wouldn't notice unless you knew. Other parents were gathering their kids, but a few men moved closer, trying to decide if they needed to intervene. "We're leaving," I said, picking up Jack, who buried his face in my shoulder, but the woman grabbed my arm with surprising strength, screaming, "Help me, he's stealing my son." The park erupted as people surrounded us, some filming, others shouting questions, and one of the dads blocked my path saying, "Nobody's going anywhere until we figure this out." The woman showed people something on her phone, a photo of a toddler that looked eerily similar to baby pictures of Jack I'd seen at home. "This is him at 2, right before he was taken from my backyard in Ohio. We just moved here because I couldn't stay in that house anymore." My mind raced because we'd lived in California my whole life. I was 12 when Jack was born, and my parents brought him home from the hospital. Except wait, I realized I remembered them bringing him home, but thinking back now, I didn't actually remember Mom being pregnant. "Call the police," someone shouted, multiple people already doing just that, while the woman kept sobbing about how she searched for years, how mothers always know. The crowd was splitting into camps. Some thought I was a kidnapper caught red-handed. Others thought the woman was having a breakdown. This could be a false accusation that could ruin my life. "What's the kid's name?" the linebacker dad demanded. And when I said Jack, the woman shook her head violently saying, "No, his name is Thomas Mitchell." She pulled up official documents, police reports, missing child posters, DNA test results she'd kept hoping someday she'd need them. "Look at the birthmark, his pointed left ear, the chin scar from when he fell learning to walk." Everything was accurate, and Jack did have that scar Mom said came from his tricycle, but he would have been 3 then, not learning to walk. Then she started talking directly to Jack, saying, "Tommy baby, do you remember Bunny, your stuffed bunny that played music?" Jack's body went rigid against me, and he whispered something that made my blood run cold. Bunny went night-night. 2 police cars arrived right at that moment, officers immediately separating everyone, me and Jack in one area, the woman in another. She gave them a case number from Ohio she'd memorized, and while one officer called it in, she kept repeating, "Thomas Mitchell, born March 15th, 2018, taken August 2nd, 2020, from my Columbus backyard while I was making lunch." The officer asked for Jack's identification, and I realized I had no documents, just my word he was my brother. When they asked Jack his birthday, he said March 20th but seemed unsure, looking at me for confirmation like always. The woman cried harder, "They changed it by 5 days, please just run his DNA. I have had his profile from birth, I never stopped hoping." The senior officer's radio crackled. His face changed completely as he listened to Columbus PD. He walked to his partner. I heard him whisper, "Possible match," before they both turned to look at Jack with expressions that told me everything was about to fall apart. When police called my parents, they couldn't provide Jack's birth certificate or any documentation from before age 3. Mom broke down crying. Dad kept saying, "We need a lawyer," which told me everything. Apparently my parents had bought him from the man who took him, convincing themselves they were saving his life. Jack screamed for me as they took him away, but I couldn't do anything except watch them put him in the car.